All right, so when you're using chalk pastels, one really important thing in order to keep your paper clean is that when you do the drawing and you're working like this, you don't want your hand to rest on the paper. The only thing that should touch the paper is the tip of the chalk itself. That's important, or the side of it. All right. If your hand starts to touch the paper, it's going to get things smeary and messy. So you just want to be careful of that as you work. When you're creating your landscape today, what you want to do first is select, I'd say, about 4 colors that you think would work well for a sky. And the colors are up to you. The only 2 colors I would not like you to use are black and white, right? And brown too. You don't really see that often in the sky. When you do this, what I'd like you to do is in about 4 parts, you are going to add color to the sky. And what I suggest you do is use the side of the chalk. I can work across like this. And my paper is a little smaller than yours, but you can see I'm not going to worry about it being filled in completely. All right, just like that. Then if I want to have another color, so you're basically creating stripes. Don't worry about blending one color into one another. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add another layer right in there. All right, easy peasy. And then I keep going. Maybe I want to see the other. So if you want to do a pattern, that's up to you. If you want to see more of one color in the sky, that's totally up to you as well. All right, I'm going to add, maybe I go back to the green down here at the bottom. And that's all. I want to save a little bit of room down at the bottom for the ground. So you can see how I left about maybe like an inch or 2. Once you do that, then using one finger only, your blending finger, I'd like you to go in and you're going to just softly kind of smooth out that color because the sky doesn't look rough, right? It doesn't look rough. It looks smooth and sky-like. But the one thing I do want you to do is you want to eliminate any kind of stuff like that. So if I do need to overlap just a little bit, and notice I'm not scrubbing too hard, right? You're also going to notice that I may get extra buildup of chalk on the paper. Please do not tap that on the table to get rid of it. So I'm going to work my way down, all right? We can hold the paper up and don't get rid of the chalk any other way. All right, so you can see how I'm just working my way down all the way. Like I said, if I want to blend just a little bit there, that's okay. All right, and then finally got this last layer. All right, and blend it in. All right, now when I get rid of the chalk, I'm going to pick the paper up completely and I'm going to hold it vertically, turning either to my left or the right and letting the chalk drop on the floor. And I could just gently blow it. You don't want to tap it on the table. You don't want to blow it across because if you do, it gets on the back of your drawing and then it gets on the front of somebody else's when I stack it together. If you would like at this point to go in and make a couple spots brighter, I can go back in maybe with that color. Maybe I want to see a little brighter yellow part right there as well. And I can do that and then just gently, blend that in a little bit too. And it's going to make those parts stand out a little bit more in your sky. Right? So I don't have to rub it as hard as I did that first time. Just kind of working my way in like that. And again, any kind of leftover dust, pick your paper up, let the chalk fall on the floor between you and your neighbor, and you go back to work. Then when you do the ground, pick a ground color that you'd like, something that you haven't already used, and you're not going to smooth that out. You're going to leave it kind of rough so it looks like ground and not sky. You want that contrast in there, right? So I've got something like that, and I'm just going to leave it be, right? Easy peasy. Once you're done with this part, you're done with your colored chalk, and you can put it back in the box where you got it from. I'm just going to soften that edge up a little bit so it looks smoother and blended. All right? Cool. Stay tuned for the oil pastel step.